Hey guys, it's Gameface here, and welcome back to episode 9 of my Ajax career mode. Now, of course, this has been a little while since the last episode, over a week I think since the last episode. The reason for that is because this one hasn't quite been as well supported as the Man City career mode and also the FIFA 18 beta videos I've been doing as well recently. So it's only made sense to really do this one less often and do the other ones more often, the other videos I've been doing. So it has made sense to do that. I'm going to continue the Ajax career mode though until at least the end of the season. We'll wait and see whereabouts we are with these videos come the end of the season. We're currently in the January transfer window now though, and we're going to hopefully be getting in some signings, selling some players as well, because of course there's a lot of players still that Ajax have got rid of in real life that we still have to get rid of as well. Sanchez could well be on the way out as well for Ajax, which is obviously gutting news. He could well be off to Tottenham, but for now he's still there, so we will keep him. But we do have a few players that will be leaving us during this episode, hopefully. Before we get into today's episode though, if we could try and hit 50 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel, maybe you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Show me your support for this series, and I will be continuing it on, like I say, until at least the end of the season. We'll wait and see there. And yeah, let's crack on with today's episode. Let's have a look down the list of players that we are going to be potentially getting rid of. Klasan, another player that we're going to be getting rid of, hopefully. These guys aren't going to be listed. We're not going to transfer list them. I want to get as much money as possible. It's inevitable we're getting bids for Klasan. We did in the last transfer window. It was just right at the end. There'll also be Serraro hopefully leaving as well. He wants to leave, so he has been transfer listed. Klasan, though, we'll get some bids in for him in today's episode. A few other players might well leave. We'll wait to see what sort of bids we get in for some of these guys. Hopefully, though, we can keep hold of the better players, but we do need to raise some funds if we want to be able to bring anybody else in. Currently got just under £1 million, about 12 grand on the wage budget as well. We've brought in a few youngsters in between episodes who have joined us. They've been brought in. You can see these guys here. We've been training Gallardo. He's been one of the guys that we've been training recently, so you might be familiar with him. 60 overall already, 16 years old, pretty decent. Let's crack on with simming a few days. We'll wait and see exactly what position we are in a few days' time, what sort of bids come in, if we were to go on, obviously, sell some players in the next few days or not. There's a little bit of time before this game and the next match as well, by the way, so we do have a little bit of time to sort out a couple of transfers if we do have any come in. We've also got another guy getting promoted into our senior setup. That's great news, of course. Good to have him on board. A few players, like I say, they're wanting to leave. Our backup goalkeeper wants to leave. We've got Castane also wanting to leave as well, so there's a few guys here. Klassen wants to discuss his wages. We've got Serraro wanting to leave, so there's a lot of things going on. Pretty manic at the moment, and amongst that we are going to be signing up this player here to join our youth academy that we had left over from the previous scout report. Okay, so let's go with some player drills. So we're going to go with these 5 drills, exactly the same as the ones that we've been doing in previous episodes. Let's see how we get on this week. Hopefully see a little bit of progress here of some sorts. Loads of stats flying up actually, particularly on Deviz, who's already gone up like 10, 11, 12 overall, something like that. He's gone up incredibly so far this season, and we're only at January, so 11 overalls though, up to 60 overall now. He's doing really, really well, so hopefully going to see more growth in the next few weeks to come. A bid in for our goalkeeper, Anana, in fact 2 bids for him. No chance of getting rid of him. At the moment we've got another keeper wanting to leave us, so I can't afford to get rid of both, so rejecting all offers. There is a particular position in this team where I'm looking to try and strengthen. It's a left back. I think we could do with a left back at the moment. I've currently scouted this guy. Is pretty fast. I think it's, what club's he at? Belgium? I think it's a Belgian club. I'm not 100% sure though, but he does look pretty decent. I'm interested to maybe try and bring in another left back to help us cover a little bit over that side. I'm looking for a particularly pacey one as well, so he might fit the bill. Again though, we need a little bit more money to be able to sign him. Okay, so now to the next match of today's episode. It's against this team, as you can see here. The plan is to play this game, then we're going to sim the game against Sparta, and then play PSV, and I don't think we'll quite have enough time to finish today's episode on that Utrecht match. I think that'll be next episode, but we will wait and see how we get on in these first 3 games that we have. This is the I'm going to go with. It's going to be the 4-3-3 attack formation that we've been playing throughout this career mode. Anana starts in goal. Veltman, Sanchez, De Ligt and Singraven there in defence. Ziak, Nuri and Klasan in midfield. And we've got Kluivert who wants to start this game. Neres and Mahi starting up front. Dolberg still out injured, so we've gone with Mahi up front to try and give us a little bit of quality up there. We're currently 1 point in front of second place. Got to try and keep up our position in the league. Got to try and make sure that we extend it, hopefully, in today's game as well. Okay, then here we go for this match. It's an away game for us in the league. Let's see how we get on against this team. I'm not really too sure what to expect performance-wise from them. I'm also not too sure what to expect performance-wise from me as well, because it's been a little while since I've played with this team. So I'm hoping we can still pass it around nicely. I'm hoping we can get ourselves a result and see whether we can get ourselves 3 points in the bag here. Klasan playing it inside, couldn't pick anyone out. Klasan onto Kluivert. Made a good run here. Kluivert going to try and shoot, gets blocked. Good challenge. And is that an injury for him? He wanted to play this game and he's injured 6 minutes in. Oh, not good for him. Yeah, he needs to come off, I think. Holding his ankle, that could be a bad one for Kluivert, but at least he got the time on the pitch that he was wanting. Okay, Younes is going to go fill in. Obviously, no issue with who we're bringing on to replace him. Younes, fantastic player. But yeah, just a bit gutted that now he's going to be out for a little bit of time. And that was literally probably his first or second touch of the ball. So yeah, a little bit of bad luck to start today's game. Need to maybe quicken up the passing a little bit. I know obviously the opposition are pressing us quite a lot. We are passing it fairly slowly, just not quite making the right moves at the moment. Our movement is a little bit off, so got to try and improve that going into half-time very, very soon. Hopefully still the chance there before half-time. Oh, Mahi hacked down, but Neres will still go. Neres going to go and shoot, and he scores. It's 1-0. 44 minutes into this game, we've got ourselves the lead here. There was one more final chance before half-time, and we've taken it through Neres. Thought the attack was going to be over when Mahi got hacked down, but we managed to continue his run and find the back of the net. Really good strike on his favoured foot. Just managed to run through, takes over here from Mahi. Could have maybe gone into the box. I saw the option very late, but I think the shot was better. And that's proven by the fact it goes into the back of the net. It's 1-0, and a good way to end the first half. Half-time, still winning the game 1-0. Let's crack on straight away with the second half. Like I say, I need to continue that quicker passing, try and get the ball moving a little bit more. You can see not many chances on a whole, to be honest, not just us. The opposition, very few chances as well. So we'll see how the second half goes. Okay, final two changes. We're going to take off Nuri and Ziyech. We'll bring on Shona, and we'll also bring on Huntelaar to go up front. Mahi will go at centre attacking mid, and we'll see how that goes. Final 20 minutes left here. Going to try and extend our lead if possible. I want to try and get a second goal here. We have been more in control of this game, had the better opportunities. Just got to try and find a second goal to show that. Go on. Yes, well played. Falls to Mahi here. He's got to be able to finish this off. Mahi to shoot. Oh, hits the bar. Why has it gone so powerful? Oh, it seems to happen on both career modes, does that, when we just smack it at the bar. It's happened a lot recently. And I don't know why, because I don't feel like I'm hitting it particularly hard. But I must be, or maybe it's just exaggerating the shot. I don't really know, to be honest, but should be 2-0 there. Really, really good chance. Hits it well, but too well. Got to be careful here into the final 10 minutes of the game. Oh, we've been done again. We've been done again. So few chances. Final 10 minutes. It happens a lot. They need to fix it for FIFA 18. I've played the FIFA 18 beta, you might have seen the information videos recently, and I can tell you that it's not happening at the moment where you just seem to get completely done in the last 10 minutes of a half or last 10 minutes of the game. It hasn't happened yet, which is good news. It seems like they've managed to eradicate that, because there must be something that they've done where teams step things up in the final few minutes, maybe. I'm not really too sure. But again, we've been completely done there with just a few minutes left of this game. It's 1-1 now, and I can't believe what I've just seen there. So few chances, yet they score. In fact, that's our first shot on target, I think, as well, so kind of proves my point there. Yes. Oh, no, just turning out to play at the pass. Oh, game finishes 1-1. Yeah, it's another game we deserve to win, but we have been punished by that one shot on target. We've not obviously had enough shots, all shots on target there. Fall's not good enough, really. Felt like more, to be honest. It felt like we had a better grasp of the game than we have. But not enough chances created. We were very much in control of possession. I didn't see the stat there. I don't really care about the stats either, but we were in better positions on the pitch than they were for the majority of the game. But we just didn't get ourselves the 3 points. To make things worse, an injury on top of that. Clive out for 3 months, broken ankle. Maybe a sign that we have to bring in some more additions into the squad in the January transfer window now. Got to try and get rid of players to be able to do that, though. We don't have much money at all. We could sign pre-contract agreements, but I don't know if there's that much point when I'm not 100% sure whether we're continuing the career mode. I'd rather spend the money on the team now. So we'll wait and see how things go. I think we have to get rid of Klasan. Serrado has to leave as well, I think, at some point. And there's maybe 1 or 2 others as well that needs to leave. But we need to try and get in some money and get in some other players as well. On to the next game, we have Sparta. We're going to be singing this match. This is a sign that I've gone with. We've gone with Van Leer, Truppi, Westerman, Hugmar, Vergiver, Mokotcho as well also playing. We've actually scored a minute in here through Cerny, another player that's playing, along with Shona, Van der Beek, Huntelaar and Cassana. We'll see how we get on in this game against Sparta though. Good start obviously to the match, putting us 1-0 up in the first minute. Really, really good start. We are going to be listing, I think, Klasan after this game, potentially. We've gone 2-1 up now. Mahi got the second goal, then they went and got one back 5 minutes later. 15 minutes left of this game, and we are still in the game 2-1. Can we hold on? Ziyech, in fact, adds a third to it, and that means that we have won the game 3-1. A fantastic result for us. The substitute there managing to finish off the game in the last few minutes. Like I say, I think we're going to be adding Klasan to the transfer list if we don't receive a bid in for him before the game against PSV. And that is obviously just to try and speed up the process of getting rid of him. We need some money in. We need to try and sign some players So if we don't get any bids in before in the next 2 days, then we will list him. I expect not to get any bids in, but we'll wait and see. Yeah, we've not received any bids. So he's going to have to be listed. Obviously, not fantastic to be able to do that to one of our better players, but he has left in real life for Everton on 17 grand a week currently. I mean, some of these players are on absolutely tiny amounts. Shona there, who isn't as good as Klasan, is on more than him. I mean, there's some real small amounts in this league, which I really, really like, actually. I like the fact that most of the wages are really, really small, which is good. Okay, so on to this big rival match now against PSV. This is the side that I'm going to go with. Onana starting in goal, Veltman, Sanchez, De Ligt, and Stinglaven in defence. We've got Klasan maybe playing his final game for us. Shona and Ziyech all in midfield. Younes on the left-hand side, Neres on the right-hand side. We might actually switch that around just so they favour each other's feet. And then up front we have got Casera, I think is how I pronounce his name. He hasn't really started very much for us at all. Doesn't have fantastic stats either. We're struggling really for strikers here. Huntelaar a little bit tired, so is Mahi, but more so. Huntelaar, I don't feel too confident about starting him for the lack of pace, really. He's even slower than the current guy that we have on the pitch. Sadly, Nuri misses out on this match. Wanted to start him, but just a little bit too tired. We'll see how this goes against PSV. Some good options off the bench if we need them, and hopefully get ourselves 3 points this time round. We need the second goal, though. That was what killed us in the last game. Okay, here we go for a home match here against PSV. Obviously going to be more of a tough match, I would expect, than the last game. Obviously in a good position in the league table currently. This game is very important because it can really help us out in the league, especially after drawing that last match. Winning against one of our rivals would be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully we can do that, despite a few changes and a few tired players as well. Yes, well played. Klasan has won it back here. Needs the right run to be made. Don't think anyone's going to do it. He might have to go alone. Klasan to shoot. Just about saved by the goalkeeper. Oh, surely a penalty. You can't get kicked in the chest. It is going to be a penalty here. Acrobatic defending, or maybe he's a midfielder, not really too sure, but he smacks our guy in the chest. I'm pretty sure that's in the penalty area as well. Neres was there. Seemed like he kicked him. In fact, it's actually, I think, who was it that got forward? I can't quite tell who got forward, but whoever it is, he got kicked in the face, and it's quite rightly a penalty. It's going to be Klasan to step up. Can he score it? He has done. It's the goal that we needed here. 15 minutes before half-time, and we put ourselves into the lead. Happy with that one. We didn't look too likely to score a goal any other way, to be honest. We've been pretty much prevented, given the fact that we have a pretty average striker. I'll get on to him a little bit later on once we've concluded how the first half went, but he's not done great. Half-time, 1-0. We need to change the striker. He just kind of floats around, which I suppose is a bit ironic because he has been very much like a ghost as well in that first half. He's not great, alright? He does not look a good striker. We're going to change it round at half-time. I feel a bit sorry for him, but he's terrible. He just lacks any sort of quality. Yeah, he has no standout stats, which I suppose makes sense given his performance. Huntelaar's going to come on just because he's got the most energy out of the strikers we have on the bench. It's a little bit harsh maybe to do a change at half-time, but I don't really care. We need a little bit more quality up front. Despite Huntelaar not having the pace, he's got the hold-up play, and maybe that'll benefit us a little bit more. Final two changes, Mahi and Van de Beek coming on. We'll take off Shona and Ziyech, both of which are getting very, very tired. There's about 25 minutes left of this game. We're really, really struggling, I think, to get the second goal. I'm worried that we're going to have the exact same situation as the last match that we played. That's, of course, not something that we want to happen, but we seem to be going down the exact same route again, struggling to get the second goal. We don't really deserve one right now, to be totally honest. We've not created that many decent chances, neither have either team. And yeah, it's kind of been quite a flat derby match. Neres, waiting for the right run. He's found it here with Mahi to shoot. Oh, huge deflection. Out for a corner, 13 minutes left of this game. Let's just put the ball straight in. Younes here to deliver. De Ligt's in there, can't quite connect with it. Mahi might. Oh, it's hit the post. What a hit. Oh, I don't know if it takes a deflection or not, but that is incredible acrobatics there from Mahi. He just seems to have something about him. Every time he plays, he seems to just be a very lively player. Huntelaar was in the box there, nearly connects with that header. But Mahi's strike, that would be a world class if that had found the back of the net. Klasan to switch it out here. Neres might have to come inside this time. Huntelaar, oh, Neres got fouled there for me. It's going to be a free kick now. Referee looks for an advantage. 5 minutes left of this game. Can we get it up and over the wall? Always struggle at doing this. And I continue to struggle. Huntelaar. Great chance here. Younes going to shoot. Oh, I thought it was going to fall to Huntelaar. He gets parried out and a chance for them to attack. That's it's only a 1-0 win, but I think in the end we actually deserved the second goal with that shot from Mahi. That was a brilliant strike. I might want to see that one again, in fact. Really, really good end to the match. I think that when we made the changes, we looked much better, started to attack much more, and we had more chances. You can see PSV one chance. Really, really average performance for them, but fantastic from us. We were very, very good throughout it. Let's have a look at this from Mahi. Look at this. Oh, I can't believe I hit the post. Look at the technique. What a hit. brings it down so well. So close to the back of the net. I thought he'd done it as well. Okay, so a win against our big rivals there leaves us in first place on 46 points. That's 4 points in front of second place, 6 points in front of PSV, who we just beat then. So despite the draw that we got in the previous game that we played, we're actually in a good position at the moment, doing pretty well. Obviously, we won against Sparta as well in that game that we simmed. Let's crack on with some player development, though. Let's go with the exact same players. Really want to focus on these guys. I think they've got the most potential. They're looking like they could be the best. Neres might be the only one to be rotated out soon, and we'll give someone else a chance. I think Clive needs a bit more training, and we'll probably do that next week. Now Neres has gone up on 2 his attributes. So far looking very good though. I think we just had 2 overall increases from Garlo there, and also Diviz as well went up again to 61. So doing some fantastic stuff. Very, very happy with how we're playing at the moment. Got to get some players out the door though before we end today's episode. Won't quite have enough time, I don't think, to play that final game against Utrecht, but that'll be next episode. Yuna saying, thanks boss, transfer friend here for Nuri. Not a player that we want to get rid of. Atletico Madrid, £8.5 million, rejecting all offers. Of course, the reason why we're continuing on with Nuri, for those of you new to the series, obviously we all know about the awful thing that happened to him in real life, the brain damage that he got, and he was unable to now continue playing football, sadly. So we are going to continue playing with him despite that happening. That wasn't the reason why I started this career mode. I started this career mode because I read a book by Johan Cruyff about his time at Ajax. I was really inspired by the young players that were brought in through the youth academy, and that's exactly what this career mode is all about. And part of that, we want to try and develop Nuri and make him the player that he was always going to be in real life. So hopefully we're going to try and do that. We're going to keep him at the club, and obviously if he has to leave, then that's slightly different. But as far as I know, he wants to stay, and we're going to try and train up and make him a really good player for us. We've got a bid in here for our backup goalkeeper, a player that wants to leave, bear that in mind. He's joined Ajax in real life, so it's obviously realistic him being at the club, and I'd be a little bit gutted to sell him to a rival like Feyenoord. But he does want to leave. I think with it being Feyenoord, we are going to ask for maybe a bit more of an unreasonable amount, £10 million. He's worth less than that, he's worth 8.6. We're going to ask for £10 million. That's the price you're going to have to pay if you want to take a rival's goalkeeper. Feyenoord come back and say they'll pay £9 million. Well, Feyenoord, you're going to have to pay £10 million. I've named my price. If you want him, you're going to have to pay that. And they are not, at the moment, they're refusing to pay it. So how's about we go something a little bit, maybe that'll help you, tenner off. Feyenoord come back and say we don't believe he's worth that much, and therefore have stopped any interest in him. Good news for us, because we want to try and keep hold of our players if possible. Of course, he does seem like a player that's on the way out, so maybe we should try and get some money for him, but we'll wait and see. We're waiting for the right offer. Obviously, to a non-rival, it'll be less than £10 million. I'm happy to sell him for maybe 8.5, 9 million. But we'll wait and see. Next episode, we've got a game against Utrecht. I'm just thinking now, do we have enough time to fit in this game or not? I don't think we've got enough time to play it, but I'm tempted to sim it so we can get up to transfer deadline day. Very, very risky. I think there's a little bit of a rivalry between Utrecht and Ajax, but I'm going to go with it anyway, see how he gets on. It's a 1-1 draw. It's not the worst result you'll ever see against a team that are relatively good. But yeah, I think we should still be top after that result. We'll go on to transfer deadline day now, hopefully finish off the January transfer window, in fact, in today's episode as well. We'll just about hopefully have enough time for that. We'll get with some player drills here as well. Still got to get Klassen out the door. I'll be annoyed if it's another case of the fact that we're getting a bid for him in the final hour. That happened in the summer transfer window. I was very annoyed about that. I was hoping to get rid of him, but we just couldn't for some reason. We couldn't seem to get any bids in for him, but yeah, we'll wait and see what happens in January transfer window this time round. We'll get him some player drills. I've forgotten that Climate's out injured, so he won't be trained here. Let's go to 77 overall, which is great news. Fantastic news for the youngster. He's now our second best centre-back, which obviously confirms him in the starting lineup. Not that it wasn't already confirmed, to be honest. Okay, 10 hours to get Klassen out the door, otherwise he is staying until next season. Okay, I've got a feeling he's going to end up staying, to be totally honest, unless we get in a bid in the final couple of hours, in which case I'd be very, very annoyed about that, because we won't have enough time to replace him, so that would be very frustrating. Hopefully that doesn't happen. They've got another couple of hours, otherwise I'm not going to accept any bids. Okay, so we're going to make a late bid here. There's only about 5 or 6 hours left, I think. We're going to go for that left back that we were scouting earlier on in today's episode. We're going to put in Soraro as part of the deal. He's obviously worth a lot more than this guy is, but I just want to bring in another left back, give us a bit more cover in defence. I think that's the only real area that I see us needing to strengthen. Of course, if Klassen leaves, which, to be honest, with the time that we have left, I don't think he will, because we won't be able to replace him. But if he wants to leave, then obviously we need to try and replace him with that money. But I can't see it happening now. They've said unacceptable, even though they're interested in the player. They want money on top of that. That is a bit frustrating. I don't know what they're valuing Soraro at there, but he's worth a lot more than what they're saying. We're going to have to chuck in 500 grand here. They have kind of got hold of us a little bit here. We don't really have much choice but to try and pay it up, because we want to go to Soraro, we want to bring in a left back. and we only have a few more hours left. Okay, they've accepted. That's good news. I'm hoping they weren't going to reject that, because obviously $500,000 was a little bit different to 900 grand. 10 grand a week is what he wants, 5-year deal, and I think squad rotational player. A little bit risky, but he's 70 overall. I think that's fair. We've already got a 76 overall left back, I think, in Singraven. We need another guy to come in. We've obviously got Vagiva, however you pronounce his name, who can play there. I'd rather him be a centre-back for us for the remainder of the season. And that has been accepted. Fantastic news. We've got a transfer offer in. I didn't see who it's for, though. But we've got Serrero out the door. That's great news. He's left in real life. We've brought in a left back, and that is great for us. Transfer offer in, it was for Serrero, actually. Okay, that's coincidental. He's left us now anyway. We probably would have got more money for him, in fact, by selling him, but not bothered. We've gotten a left back just in time before the window closes. He can play left mid, left wing back. I like those sort of players that are able to play in a few different sort of positions, and can get further up the pitch as well. So I'm actually very happy with that. 21 years old. Of course, not the greatest potential on him, no doubt, but he's the sort of backup player that we really needed. And other than that, I can't really see anywhere else to strengthen this team. I know obviously I said maybe looking at a replacement, or an option, I should say, not a replacement for Kleiber, but an option to play out wide because he's out for 3 months. But I think we've already got those options in here. Certainly's not playing that much. This guy can also play as a winger as well. Cassandra's not played that much. So if we can keep hold of those guys, then we don't really need to bring in anybody else. But I'm happy with the business that we've done. If we get in a bid for Klassen, I'll be very, very annoyed, but I can't see it happening with 2 hours left. And yeah, it's a shame not to get rid of him. Could have done with the money, really. But it is what it is, and it'll have to be in the summer now when we get rid of him. Okay, so that's the transfer window over with. Now we're into February, and that means we've got a cup game to play in the next episode. That is everything for today's episode, though. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for supporting this series. Show your support on this series by dropping a like and letting me know in the comment section below. If you'd like me to continue this series until the end of the season, then just let me know in the comment section below. Drop a like to show me that as well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel or you just haven't chosen to subscribe yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It'll be loads to if you could try and do that. It is really appreciated. Over the last week, we've got an extra 500 subscribers. That's incredible. On 12,500 subscribers now. Thank you all so much. The next target is obviously 15,000, and you guys can help make that happen. I'd really appreciate it if you just go ahead and click that little button down below this video. It'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you all so much for that. And also thank you to those that click that little bell button as well and get the notifications. It's really nice to see a little notification squad in the comments section below. So thank you all so much for that, and I will see you guys next time for another episode, and goodbye.